On July 18, 2026, U.S. Marshals put Andrew Tate in handcuffs outside a boxing venue in Miami. Now, here's the part nobody explained properly. 3 women reported this man to British police in 2015. That case died. It stayed dead for 7 years. And then this year, out of nowhere, 42 charges. 11 years. Why now? And if you've followed this guy at all, you already know what you're about to say. He walks. He always walks. Romania arrested him, walked. Romania indicted him, case fell apart. Britain had a warrant out for 2 years and nothing happened. So stick around, because his own lawyers filed one piece of paperwork in January. Nobody paid any attention to it. It's the reason he's in a cell. And before any courtroom, you need the money, because the headlines all said billion-dollar empire, and a British court has since put a real number on him. Before Romania, before the Bugattis, Tate ran a webcam business in England. Then, in 2021, Hustlers University. $50 a month to learn how to get rich online. The course wasn't the product. Members earned commission for signing up more members, so the real business was an army of teenagers carpet-bombing TikTok with the most unhinged clip of him they could find. He never bought an ad in his life. The ads bought him. Above that, the war room. $8,000 a year, sold as a private network of powerful men. In 2023, the BBC got 12,000 pages of leaked war room messages. In 13 months of logs, investigators identified 45 potential victims. Women the messages suggest were groomed into online sex work by members. He denied it. And worth saying once, properly, he denies every allegation in this video, and none of it is proven. Rewind to 2015. 3 women report allegations of rape and sexual assault against Tate, first to Bedfordshire Police, then handed to Hertfordshire. It gets a code name, Operation Sir Shall. Tate is arrested and interviewed 3 times. And then, nothing. November 2019, the CPS decides the test to charge isn't met. Closed. They review it again in 2025 and land in the same place. Then it gets worse. In 2023, Hertfordshire Police referred themselves to the police watchdog over how badly they'd run it. The police reported the police. Read that again. Keep these 3 women in your head. They're the spine of everything after this. They're also 3 of the 4 who eventually sue him. And their 2015 file is the one thing in this story that ends up mattering. December 2022. Romanian prosecutors arrest Tate, his brother Tristan, and 2 Romanian women near Bucharest. June 2023. All 4 are indicted. Human trafficking, rape, organized criminal group. Prosecutors called it the lover boy method. 7 women brought to Romania believing they were in real relationships, then moved to houses in Ilfov County and, they allege, subjected to violence and sexual exploitation. The seizure list on that indictment is the closest anyone's come to auditing this empire. 15 properties, 15 cars, $385,000 in Bitcoin, and 2 metal ingots and a medal. 2 metal ingots. Bro, that's the top G portfolio. Then it happened again. November 2024, a Romanian court finds irregularities. December, the Court of Appeal sends the case back. No trial, not an acquittal, never closed. But it couldn't move. And I'll be straight, because this is where a lot of videos get lazy. That collapse is real. Prosecutors built a case a court found defective. That isn't the Matrix. That's failure. Same week, London. Devon and Cornwall police brought a civil claim over unpaid tax, a lower bar than criminal. Their barrister told the court the brothers paid not a penny of tax or VAT on £21 million of revenue between 2014 and 2022. There it is. That's the empire. £21 million, 8 years, every business he ever ran, measured by a court off his own bank records. Then she read the court his own words. His stated strategy? In court, ignore it until it goes away. The chief magistrate ruled the whole structure was, quoting, a straightforward cheat. Police got cleared to seize over £2 million. Notice what happened there. They took money. Nobody took a day of his freedom. The 2015 file, though, that's still sitting in a Hertfordshire evidence store, and it's about to matter more than everything you've just watched. February 2025. Romania lifts the travel ban. Passports back. Private jet. Wheels down in Florida. Reportedly after pressure from the incoming Trump administration. 5 days later, Florida's Attorney General opened a criminal investigation. And Tate posted 5 words that are basically his whole operating system. Real question, and I want it in the comments. If you think politics got him out of Romania, and there's a decent case it did, you have to run the same standard on the arrest. Either political pressure moves these cases or it doesn't. You don't get to pick the direction. Where do you land? That's as untouchable as he ever got. Romania in pieces, back on American soil, front row at the UFC, and in January, he'd hand somebody the reason to open it all back up. Meanwhile in London, 4 women were doing the only thing left to them. After the CPS declined, they sued him. Rape, sexual assault, coercive control, alleged 2013 to 2015. 3 of them are the women from 2015. First time a British civil court would test whether coercive control counts as intentional infliction of harm. And a judge pulled the trial forward, 2027 to June 22nd, 2026, saying it was in nobody's interest for it to drift. So that's the board. Romania stalled, Florida quiet. 2 countries and a tax office have had a go at him, and the worst day of his life so far was losing some cars. 1 civil trial left, and it hasn't started. January 2026. 5 months before that trial, Tate's legal team files an application. They want disclosure. Not from the women, from Hertfordshire Police. Hand over the Operation Sir Shall material, the crime reports, the evidence, everything police gathered in 2015. And this is normal, by the way. If people are suing you over allegations police investigated and dropped, of course you want the file. His lawyers expected it waved through. They said in court they didn't think anyone would oppose it. Except somebody now had to actually read it. A detective superintendent in Hertfordshire's Public Protection Command gets the job of answering it. 10 devices seized in 2015, 7 of his, 3 belonging to the women. She goes through 500 items, building the schedules his lawyers asked for. And somewhere in that pile, she stops. Her second report, March 2026, says it plainly. The further into the material she got, the more concerned she became about the quality and completeness of the original investigation, and about what police gave the CPS. Read that again. She was only in there because he asked her to be. She takes it to the assistant chief constable. Together they decide, reinvestigate. In May, it goes to the major crime unit covering Bedfordshire, Cambridgeshire, and Hertfordshire. All 10 devices reviewed properly this time. A week to sift each one, 3 or 4 more to actually read it. May 5th, 2026. And now Tate's team wants the opposite of what they asked for in January. His barrister applies to freeze the civil case for at least 12 months, arguing he can't get a fair trial while a live criminal reinvestigation sits on all that material. Mrs. Justice Lambert says no. She rules there's no real risk of injustice, only a theoretical one. Jurors take an oath. He'd already given a 70-page statement and 3 police interviews. New evidence turning up? Inherent in any reinvestigation. Then she writes the line. She calls the application premature, a reflex reaction to the decision to reinvestigate. That's a high court judge telling his lawyers they panicked. He does get the June trial pulled, but not for the reason he argued. It goes because the disclosure exercise he started in January isn't finished. So walk it back. In January, his lawyers asked for the 2015 police file. An officer opened that file to answer them, didn't like what she found, and reopened the case. He then asked for 12 months of protection from the thing his own request had started. He got 10 weeks. July 18th, the CPS authorizes 38 new charges across both brothers, taking Andrew to 42 and Tristan to 17. Rape, human trafficking, assault, indecent images of a child. 7 complainants. Britain asks for extradition, and marshals pick them up outside the night center that afternoon. 2 days later, both in federal court in tan uniforms and cuffs. Neither said a word. His lawyer called them political prisoners. Tucker Carlson said they got arrested for criticizing Israel. The White House said the president wouldn't intervene. July 27th, a magistrate set a detention hearing for August 13th. Extradition could take months, and Romania never closed its file. In June and July, prosecutors expanded it. Money laundering, complicity in the trafficking of minors. The empire was never $1 billion, and it was never really a business. It was one number, repeated loudly enough that 100,000 teenagers paid $50 a month to stand near it. What's collapsing isn't a company, it's the number, so stop asking what he's worth. Look at what a court could actually find. 21 million pounds, 7 frozen accounts, 15 cars, and 2 metal ingots. And tell me where you landed on the politics question. Your answer has to work in both directions. He spent 4 years telling you no government on earth could touch him. It didn't take a government. It took 3 women filing a report in 2015 and his own lawyers asking to see it. And those women still haven't had their day. 11 years, and the civil trial is adjourned, waiting to be relisted. The only thing that moved was the file. Next up, The teenagers who built this whole thing for free. The affiliate army that turned a $50 course into a global brand and never saw a cent of the reach they generated. That video's next. Subscribe so you catch it.